Hola, it's Karen Vega here, founder of the Client Attraction Club. And thank you once again for being here. In the previous video, I talked to you about the first step to identify the right niche for you, and we went into the gritty-nitty of that. I trust you have gained more clarity when doing the exercise that was attached to the video. The reason I have created the exercises is because I know that sometimes we have so many things in our minds, so many things to do, that it's not that easy to find the time and opportunity to focus on how to move our business forward. And those simple exercises help us to do so by putting the critical elements together. So we have talked about why finding the right niche for you is so important. Because your efforts in your business are pointless without finding the common ground between what you enjoy doing, having solutions for people's needs, and them willing to pay for it. Now, if you already got a specific conclusion, that's great. If you already have the answer for you about how you want and can resolve one specific problem to one specific group of people, congratulations. If not, you can relax as well, because either way, in this video, we are taking niching to the next level. Let's start with 4 specific challenges that happen when finding a niche, or when a solopreneur is niching down, refocusing efforts in one specific niche. You can check if you are facing one of them, and by solving it, you are going to define if the niche you have is the right one for you, or at least a worthwhile niche to test or give it a go. The challenges are: first, the "I'm going to miss out from a lot of clients" syndrome. Second, the need to get it right. Third, boredom. Fourth, the trap of the money first criteria. I'm going to explain in detail what I'm talking about. First, the "I'm going to miss out from a lot of clients" syndrome. One of the things that was an eye-opener for me, it was the importance of having an abundance mentality. Not only in business, but also in life. I used to believe that in order to have plenty of clients, I have to be everything to everyone. That it was impossible to say no to clients. How can I reject money anyway? I thought chasing everyone was having an abundance mentality, seeing clients everywhere. Actually, that was an avoidance strategy. I was avoiding making a decision just because of the fear of failing or not making the right decision. And also, it was having a scarcity mentality, thinking that if I choose only one niche, that I would miss out of a lot of clients. How would you feel if you own, let's say, a beautiful Ferrari, and I say to you, I know everything about cars. I know about every type of car. I work with Holden, Honda, Kia. Would you trust me to fix your car? Or would you take it to a Ferrari dealership where they only work with those type of cars? You can imagine my level of exhaustion trying to get everyone in, trying to learn a lot of many things. And as I said, my results were like my focus, a little bit of everything, far from being enough to be sustainable. But everything started shifting when I was able to stop my scarcity mentality and really connected not only with my passion, but also with the power of believing that what was possible for successful people was really possible for me as well. Let's take the example of Steve Jobs. When he returned to Apple, when the company was in financial troubles back in the 90s, the first thing he did was to cut and cancel several products and projects that were draining the company down because they were trying to compete with everyone in many markets. He refocused all Apple's strategy to do one thing, but doing it masterfully. And we have seen the level of results Apple has produced in recent years thanks to his decision. Could sound crazy at the beginning, missing out of heaps of markets and people, but he understood the power of focus and the power to reach the right people with the right solution. That strategy takes businesses from having customers to have raving fans. And that's what we want, to attract and create raving fans that love what we do for them. Don't we? Second, the need to get it right. Not only in finding or refocusing in a specific niche, but also in all business and professional decisions. When we are desperate, fearful, or anxious about getting it right, something very impactful happens. We just get stuck. I reaffirmed this concept the other day when I had the opportunity to be with Donald Trump live. And even if I'm not aligned with everything he said, I have to give it to him that he's an amazing entrepreneur and an example of persistence and resilience. Anyway, one of the things that I can highlight it the most was his attitude of, if things don't go the way you wanted, he says, what can you do? Next. What can you do? Next. But if you get hung up on not acting until you are 100% sure that it's going to go well, or if you get hung up onto beating yourself up when things don't go as you want them, then you have a very unproductive strategy for business. If all successful entrepreneurs would follow the syndrome of the need of getting it right, none of them would be able to create success. Because in order to reach your goals, you need a dearly friend, the risk. The risk of giving it a go. And if it doesn't work, learn, adapt, and give it another go, and another. When we talk about getting it right, implicitly, we accept that there is a right and a wrong way. And that word wrong goes hand in hand with the word failure. And when we think in those terms of right, wrong, and failure, we just miss the big picture and we certainly spoil the journey. Let me give you a quick example. When someone asked Thomas Edison, one of the biggest inventors of all times, why you didn't just give up after all that amount of failures, he responded, why would I feel like a failure? And why would I ever give up? I now know over 9,000 ways that an electric light bulb will not work. Success is almost in my grasp. And shortly after that, and over 10,000 attempts, Edison invented the light bulb. He used to say, every wrong attempt discarded is another step forward. Now, with all the tools we currently have, we don't have to go through 10,000 attempts or years and years and fortunes spent to find the right market and perfect business for us. But any and every attempt is getting us closer to our goal. And every time we're given a real go, every time we face an obstacle and still keep going, we can be so proud of ourselves, not only because we are making it happen, but also because by doing so, we are leaving so many wannabe entrepreneurs behind. The more obstacles, the less competition, the bigger the rewards are. When you are tempted with the need of getting it right, just imagine a little kid learning how to walk, having all that pressure and that self-talk of having to get it right. Now, the third, boredom. I have heard many people, and me included, saying things like, but I'm a variety person. How can I be tied down to one specific thing? Especially when the reason to become my own boss was to enjoy the pleasure of do what I want. When I'm recommending you to find and master one niche, doesn't mean that you can develop other niches in the future. But first, you need to have a niche running in a sustainable way before jumping into another one. Because as I mentioned before, every business endeavor implies and requires time, energy, money. And if you start spreading yourself too thin, you will not have enough traction to attract the clients you want. Now, in terms of variety, there is so much variety in going deeper and deeper into one area of expertise. And one of the things that have worked for me beautifully is getting my need of variety met by finding the many different possible ways to attract the clients I want. Fourth, the money trap. Sometimes you can get seduced to work with the lowest hanging fruit, meaning with a niche or group of clients that are the easiest or fastest to pay you. Now, there is nothing wrong about looking for the lowest hanging fruit, but there is a huge condition that transforms this into a trap. And that's when we don't match our niche with the type of clients we want to have. For us to be able to have a great business that we enjoy and have our client attraction system working the way we want it, we have to make sure that we are targeting our ideal client. Part of being an ideal client means people that we like to hang out with. I have seen it, and I have seen myself creating an offer that attracted people that I didn't want to connect with. That thinking to spend 5 minutes with them was not only awkward, but also kind of a nightmare. If we were selling products online without having to interact with our clients, it wouldn't matter who they are. But when we want to create long-term relationships with our clients, when we want to interact with them, it is important to be clear with what kind of people you want to hang out with, and that is part of defining your niche and putting or reorganizing the pieces of your ideal business, the one that fulfills you and brings you the lifestyle you want. One of my mentors, Jay Abraham, says that in order to attract clients, you have to fall in love with your clients, not with your services or products. We are going to talk more about that in the next videos. But in the meantime, bear in mind that because we have to fall in love with our clients, how hard would it be to try to do it with someone that you can't stand? As I said before, I have experienced both worlds, having to run away from some clients, but really having a great time, having that sense of connection, contribution, positive and exciting challenge with the ones I now have. We are going to talk about who's your ideal client, the one who's the key to create your ideal business in the next video. So stay tuned for that one. I trust this has been valuable for you. Please remember to share your thoughts and insights and comments below. And I see you soon. Have a great day. Ciao.